So after looking at a few photographs and doing my first draft, I took my first draft, I sat with it for a bit, and then I went back in to do my final pencil sketch. Final, because as I'm going in with colored pencil, I might want to change things, but I have my sketch to a point that I feel like I can try to lay some tones in here and really get this portrait to come alive. There's only so much that I can say with pencil sketching. I try to make marks for myself for later. I try to place things in a place where I think that it feels right for me to go. I guess with every portrait that I do, I am thinking about how it's gonna turn out in the end, even though I have no idea. I'm trying to get a likeness going in the portrait, and my goal isn't exactly to make the subject look exactly like the picture. Those are just for reference. I'm pulling in my vision in my head of how I think the artist looks, kind of thinking about how the subject would look. I'm thinking about how the subject would look if I were there. And with this sketch, I'm doing a couple of different things that I haven't done in a while. I'm trying to grow as an artist myself with every drawing that I do. So I wanted to do a portrait of a man, and I also wanted to do a portrait of someone who is older and get that experience of drawing someone who looks different, who has different shadows and wrinkles and tones and everything going in their face, so that it's not all like this image of perfection and things like that. I don't normally have multiple reference pictures, but I feel like each picture gave me something. While the middle picture is the one that I was focusing on the most, I feel like I got something from all of these that I was able to put together an image in my head and have that image translate on the paper. I'm really excited because I have this nice set of colored pencils that I'm really excited to try. This is the Faber-Castell Polychromos colored pencil set. This is the set of 60. It comes in different sizes. While I really enjoyed my last colored pencil portrait, I felt like the materials could have really given a lot more. So that's what I'm looking to get from this set of pencils. They seem to be richer, they seem to be more oily than the last set that I used, and I'm very excited to blend them in this portrait and see what I come up with. That colored pencil smell. Okay, so you can kind of see the first tray. This set has more brown tones to it than the last set I was using, and I'm just going to be honest and say that I was using a Crayola set. I used to use Crayola in high school, and I didn't do a lot of colored pencil in college, like hardly at all. But I always felt like my pictures came alive and looked good despite the tools that I was using. I think I really worked with them as well as I could, and I feel like I got them to say a lot for me, but I feel like certainly with more higher quality tools, I would be able to just really draw the viewer in a little bit more and hopefully have the portrait look a little less grainy. I mean, I am using watercolor paper for this. So it does have a little bit of a texture to it, but I'm not too worried about that as far as the final result of the portrait. I also have the Faber-Castell pencil sharpener, and this is the one, this is actually my first one that I got. I have two of them, and I got this in college. This used to be a label from a label maker that had my first and last name on there, but it has since really faded down. You can kind of still see the Shara there, but long-lasting, high-quality tools. I'm very excited, and it's also nice to match the pencils with the pencil sharpener, because I feel like this pencil sharpener has to be made to sharpen these pencils. Let's get to it. I've waited long enough. Let's get started with this.